There we go again. I was on mute. Oh, it's going to go over again. I'll get phone calls. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so that was the first test. So now I screwed up my live stream. Hello, everybody here. Too bad. I always say wonderful things when I'm on mute. When I'm on mute, no sound. There we go. The sound will come on. Wait. 3, 2, 1. Hang on. Hello. Double star. Thanks for being here. Yes. Thanks. The sound will be on in a couple of seconds, guys. I only spoke for about 10 seconds. Who else is here? Leia live. Thank you for being here. Mix Mayhem in the house. Good to see you too. How's it going, Leia? Eyes wide open. There we go. Yes. It's just because I wanted to keep you guys and gals on your toes to be sure that you were going to see the. There he is again on mute. What's his problem? One button on, off. Well, that's what happens. I was laughing at the creators actually making videos about that. I said, come on, guys, a mute button. And here I am talking like I'm on mute. Karen 18, how's it going? Bad allergies, but what do you want to do? No new people to the channel. It's funny because we got a lot of views on the last video. And when I say a lot, because when a video touches 4,000, I fall on my ass, right? Because it doesn't happen very often here. So while the subs are rolling down, at least some of the people, if ever you are new here and you want to subscribe, and you only if you're interested in the channel. I don't think anybody should ever subscribe to any channel they don't appreciate or like. That's for sure. I don't, but that's how it is. Christopher Rollins, hello to you. KM, thanks for coming in, you guys. Hey, Mr. Peter Benton. Thank you so much. Real talk. This is what we do here. Exactly. Hello, Bruce and everyone. It's Friday. Real talk time, and don't forget to hit the like button. I always appreciate that. How's it going, my guitar playing friend Byrne? Gary Lapointe Sr. Hey. Hi, Bobana. Hey, afternoon, you guys. Yeah, exactly. 10-second intro. Exactly. If you get here and you see that I'm on mute, it's because everything's normal. Bruce is the same old guy. Thanks a lot, Christopher. Yes, loud and clear. Hey, Patty, thanks for being here, my friends. I've been here just listening. That's awesome. Look, a lot of people don't have time to comment or join in the reindeer games or speak up in the feed. It's not necessary. Not everybody can. Sometimes people are in the house, maybe watching, and family are close by and they're just listening. Doesn't mean that every time somebody asks to leave a comment. But I have a lot of people that don't. I myself, I see some amazing videos and I realize, wow, I didn't even leave a comment. And again, some people like to leave their opinions to themselves. They don't like the bantering, battering, or the fighting that goes on in comment sections. Not everybody likes it like Bruce, because it's just something. Well, that didn't work. Wasn't able to crack my fingers. It's not about liking it. It's about not letting it affect you. That's something for sure. And when you have a channel, no matter how big or small it is, you're always, if you're a good person, going to be somewhat affected by what people think of you, right? It's normal. You're like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm this, or I don't want people to think I'm that. Well, you got to get that out of your head when you have a YouTube channel. I think it's the same in politics and anything. If some people do and some people don't, when you hear the movie stars say, I'm not comparing myself to a movie star, the stars, the big hotshots say, get asked in an interview, do you guys and gals, that are actors or actresses, do you watch yourself? Do you watch your movies? Do you listen to what people say about you on social media? And most of them will say, hell no, because they don't want to be depressed and they don't want to, or they just don't care about, what's being said. Because I think everyone and anyone that becomes popular on YouTube, no matter how big or small, no matter what section of the internet you are or in what field you come out, the people are talking to you about there's always going to be some people that disagree. Even with the smartest, the people disagree with them and stuff. But I think that's okay, because freedom of speech is something I am totally for. And, freedom of speech, some people use their freedom of speech to bash others. It's not considered freedom of speech, but it's okay. And for me, well, if you're you have trolls on your channel and they're really attacking you and stuff, that means because you're definitely doing something good. They don't just come by because you got a big nose or big ears or something or a big ass. They want to affect someone that's getting attention, for example, on the outskirts. But it's not going to change. It's a slow rise with the channel, which is totally understandable. You obviously all know it yourself. I mean, nobody's disclosing. If the government's not disclosing, well, Bruce isn't going to be disclosing either. So lucky as I am to be able to stay up and to have this, small knit community that comes back all the time. Once in a while, somebody new. Eric, if of need 2012, another good channel, cool guy, comes by and supports the channel. Thanks so much, man. You guys can check him out too. Alyssa, Coabel, how's it going? Hello, everybody. Hey, Bruce. Hello to you. Anything heard from our dear Darla? Is she well? Oh, she's sick. She got a real, many days ago, I heard, as I sent her an email, but she said, I'm going to reply, but don't expect me to reply all week. She's taking a break because it's, whether it be, I don't want to talk for her. She doesn't know herself, probably. It's just whether it's a flu or not. It's one of those that affects the muscles and everything. So with all the shit going on around the world, when people are sick, I don't ask too many questions either. And just here to support them. But I did tell her not to come by the streams like for as long as she feels sick. I don't even want her, on listening, okay, which she might be, but sore, typing and stuff like that if you're not feeling too good. So we hope the best for her, though. I'm sure she watches once in a while the streams if she's not feeling very well. But I'm happy that she's not on commenting and stuff like that, Not yet, anyways, until she feels great. Margaret, I will keep you posted if she says anything, though. But I don't email Darla. We emailed twice, 3, 4, 5 times because people here wanted her to email me. Everybody uses Darla. Go reach Bruce. Tell him this, tell him that. But in reality, I'm just going to let her do her time, poor Darla. Main man, the Moon King. Thank you so much, Sal. How's it going? Thanks, you guys. Sally Burleson in the house from Jackson, Tennessee. Thank you so much, my friends from Tennessee. Hey, not going to talk too much about it because we're obviously not allowed talking about wars and stuff like that. But have you heard? And I can't confirm it because it seemed pretty credible. But again, it's just, let's call it a rumor about those subs that are wishy-washing around the East Coast, the coastline, actually from North Carolina to Florida. In the water, we see a story that's saying a Russian submarine was there. Thermonuclear with nukes, Russian submarine was there. So whether it's true or not, we don't know. But, there's so much clickbait on YouTube, and you hear that now there's those subs or whatever, they're surrounding the state. So you go, is it real or is it not? So, and it's the easiest thing, right? You put some real truth on the internet, an amazing video, and then somebody grabs that video and integrates just a little bit of a lie, and then nobody knows what the truth is. But that's what happens most of the time. That's why you need your own smart way of judging. Use your intuition. If you have good intuition, use your intuition to try to find out what's going on, because often we don't hear about it on the news. Yeah, that's it. Intro, moment of silence. I'll go add it into the description. Welcome to the live stream. We start out with a 10-second moment of silence for this battered system, and then we get it right into the video. Hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate that on the way in, so don't forget. Thank you, eyes wide open, and thanks for coming back. At the same time, those of you that did. Old Art Guy, hello from Germany. Thanks a lot, man. Welcome. Thank you very much. Evening, Al. This is awesome. Hello to you, Sally. Welcome. And if it's some of your first times, any of you getting here, like I said, there's a lot of clickbait out on the internet and on YouTube. I had some incredible luck of being able to see some things on the moon that luckily with a 14-inch telescope, with the help of my community and all the support here, we were able to get a bigger telescope and actually see UFOs on the surface of the moon. And it's, when you look at the video, it's, you're not going to see little green men like in windows and stuff like that. Now they're coming up with all these different terms with UFOs. We're recently heard the unidentified aerial phenomena term, and now they're coming out with a lot more terms as submerged objects. It's never ending. As a matter of fact, um, I was looking, as I always do, look through the space news. Uh, Usually I have a lot more space news to talk about. We have a lot to talk about, don't worry. But in general, usually there's a lot going on, and now there's a little hush, and or that, or there's too much going on in space. And you can see, if you're really looking up the news about what's going on. Well, recently NASA and DARPA to partner on nuclear thermal propulsion demonstration, they say, but in reality, they're trying to develop a thermal nuclear spacecraft to be able to go to Mars. So that's some recent news. There's a lot of talk about them running out of funding and having to maybe abolish emissions. So it's just a big pause in the space news. But one that did interest me is the one where the Pentagon officials spoke out about. Actually, here, I'll scroll right down to it. Usually I can find it within 25, 30 minutes. No, I'm kidding. I think it's right here. It was an interesting short article, but of course, talking about this happens to me every time. Okay, let's scroll back. So talking about the Pentagon, literally saying there's new science, Science Daily. I wonder why I can't see that post anymore. That's a little odd. I really want to show you guys that. There it is. I think I made a mistake with which one I clicked on. I did it again. It's going to be one of those days, folks. It's okay. I have a good memory. I'll just memorize it. So the Pentagon said out of the amount of sightings and captures, approximately 140 in 2022 are absolutely inexplicable. They're not talking much about them. There's a lot of different sightings. So it's not for nothing that they develop all these different fields now, and ATIP and what else? The unidentified aerial task phenomena. There was the joint task phenomena team, but Pentagon denies that it existed. That was on the Black Vault. The Mossel orb sighting. I don't know if you guys and gals saw that sighting. There we go. One moment. And we're back. So that's what I do. Instead of having a sore eye and telling my community, not feeling good today, guys, we're not going to do a stream today. You may see me leave for a couple of minutes. A couple of you get a good laugh out of it. So that's just quite okay. So the Pentagon doesn't know what those lights are. Still no confirmation whether it's an adversarial foreign country. So, aliens, the UAPs have to do with the aliens. They shot one down is the title that they posted in I was going to say USSR. Yes, it's coming. In Russia, they shot down a UFO, but actually it's the title. It was shot down because there's no craft. It's a light that a missile went through the light. And when it went through the light, well, it completely made the light sort of explode. And you could see the light flickered, and then jets of little smaller spheres of lights that went outwards. Didn't look like there was anything physical. Couldn't see any smoke. But, are they going to start shooting down UFOs? They wanted to capture one. That was way back, the first UFO report after over 50 years of the Roswell report. But now we get a public report, which they didn't say much on the last one. They're talking about the same thing. Too many sightings, and they wind up in data. They wind up in data files. But here's the thing. After 3 weeks, those files get erased. So, how many files have been supposedly erased or erased in the past from the 50s on, from 1900s on? They're going to erase all those sightings every 3 weeks that don't come out and just erase it. And then nobody, they obviously don't erase it, but they take it away from the public's eye. And then you can't have it with the Freedom of Information Act, with FOIA, you can't have it declassified. That's what the Black Vault's doing. You guys got to check out that site because he's declassifying a whole load of government files. Whether you trust or not, whether I trust them or not, I don't trust anyone, guys. And that's the way everybody should be. And I just look to see on any website and try to find any credible information about UFOs. It is so hard. Lots of videos out there, incredible titles like NASA just found this on Mars, and now they're showing Egyptian statues. And like, where the hell is this all coming from? There's lots of information they're throwing in now and out there. They discovered water, they said. Lo and behold, there's water in our solar system. Well, as a matter of fact, they discovered water ice, as they say, but on an asteroid on the outer extremities of our solar system. So we're getting to that point where there's water there too. I'm sure they mentioned it on Pluto, right? And now they're starting to admit that the atmosphere around Pluto, Jupiter, is even Saturn and Venus is a lot more different than people actually thought. Northern India in the house. Thanks so much, Alyssa. They're talking about the San Andreas Fault. Slab City's about to shake. You guys ever hear of Slab City? Yeah, the San Andreas Fault line. Scientists now, like this week for the first time, are really talking about the inevitable earthquake in California, the big one, like a lot of people know and call it. Apparently it's close to happening. There's some volcanoes that are is it Yellowstone? In Yellowstone, they say, and again, is this just rumor? It's hard to see which channel's telling the truth, but this big channel was talking about it, that the Yellowstone volcano is letting go earthquakes 2 points and up on the Richter scale, which is pretty large because they've never been that large, but now past the point of no return. So if they let go, if all those volcanoes let off, and I'm afraid it's all going to be at the same time, right? The continents are sitting like on a soup now because the core is rotating differently or detaching from the continents. If that doesn't scare you in itself, just hearing that the continents are going to detach from the core and then wash themselves around, right? When the flip happens, I said myself a year ago and months ago, it's not going to happen in 24 hours. Well, no, but the effects are going to be felt in probably about a day or 2 or 3. That's for sure. I'm worried about the magnetosphere. Lots of good conversation here with CERN. CERN, they are sending particles around at high rates of speed around a racetrack, many miles long, and they're getting them. Each beam goes around over 11,000 times around the track in a second, to give you an idea of the energy. A lot of people, when I say a lot of people, we'll just leave it at that. Scientists and even, YouTubers a lot of people are talking about it, that the dangers of having that CERN being on, because apparently since CERN has been on, there's been a lot of talk that that's what's manipulating the sun. And again, it may be just talk, but Macedon, thank you very much. Greetings from Macedonia. Thank you. Welcome, Macedonia. That's awesome. So is CERN affecting the sun? Well, I'll tell you what, CERN's definitely affecting, I believe, the magnetosphere. Now, it's been said in the past that the magnetosphere apparently will go down from time to time. I don't know if you know it. Magnetosphere, it's like, this is a pretty big gamble to take on our lives. Watch this. The magnetosphere protects us from radiation coming from the sun, right? It also protects us from asteroids. Like if that asteroid right now, BU 2022, if it was to hit Earth of 6 meters long, it wouldn't reach Earth because it would break up by the time it touched the magnetosphere, like a wall, it will just, into oblivion. But something happened, and don't forget the CERN beaming out into the ionosphere, very high power beam. Okay. So the magnetosphere went down recently, and people were talking and were worried and asking other people, what do you think? Is it CERN that's causing this? When the magnetosphere opened up, it just so happened that a coronal mass ejection was on its way, or a solar storm, to Earth, and it entered our atmosphere. Those um, quick moving, the quick moving radiation coming from the sun, the particles. It entered the atmosphere. This is a couple times I mentioned it. Some of you will remember me when I spoke about the pink aurorae, which is the proper term. Pink auroras all around, not around the world, actually on the two poles. That happened because the radiation came into the magnetosphere, and the magnetosphere going up and down would be extremely catastrophic. So get this, I'm not saying they're doing that, but as for the okay, imagine opening the magnetosphere up when this big asteroid is on its way, and they let it inside just because CERN's beaming. And for whatever the reason, the manipulation of the magnetosphere should not be done at all. But there was a hole in the magnetosphere. And let's just say if there was a massive flash or coronal mass ejection headed towards Earth at high rates of speed, and that happened at the same time, well, of course, all satellites would go down because the satellites are protected by the magnetosphere, right? But if the magnetosphere has a hole in it, it's not exactly like the ozone layer. That's even lower. It's another hole, like over Antarctica, the hole over Antarctica. So some people are worried that any dark energy or any being or anything could come in through the magnetosphere. In other words, some planets you can't reach the surface. The magnetosphere has been protecting us for thousands and thousands of years, obviously, from predators, right? Obviously, some aliens, even though everyone says that aliens are so advanced, even though nobody knows if they exist or not or have any proof, what if they're not that advanced? What if it took them a long time to be able to come to Earth and try to get into the magnetosphere? Aside from the ones that are already in our atmosphere, that's also very scary. Just got so many thoughts about this. Can't even articulate. Yeah, I get it. There's so many subjects and so much going on. There's a manipulation. There's climate is changing and stuff like that. But the pole shift, it's going to happen in 24 hours, probably during a day. It goes longer than that, but we're going to feel effects, an incredible effect. Like, again, I say it every stream, the coin toss. You spin the coin like a top on the table. It's straight, doesn't even move at all. And then all of a sudden it starts staying straight, but moving around. And then it wobbles and moves around a lot more. And this is sort of like, as I'm trying to explain what the effects are going to be when the pole shifts. The equators are going to be moved to the poles. The poles are going to move to the equators. It's going to be pretty crazy. And that's where the continents like North America, everything is going to be moving around, shifting around. And obviously some mountains that we've lost in the past few years. I don't know if you've heard geologists and the people working in those fields say, yeah, I mean, there's large islands in the oceans, Pacific Ocean, wherever it may be, that are disappearing. They're literally sinking. So it could be that some others come up, but I believe all that's going to happen at the same time with the volcanoes and everything. Everything is going to react in one incredible sort of synchronicity, I guess, at the same time, because like a domino effect, when atmosphere starts to get disturbed, and then the glaciers disturb, and then this. So, and what's the fake part in it? Who's manipulating it on top of it? We'd never know. We would never know. Big Daddy in the house. Water ice. Isn't that what ice is made of? Water. That's right. But they like saying water ice. No, we didn't find water. We found water ice. That's what they say. Grip Ripper. How's it going, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hello to you wherever you are. Evening here. So good day or evening. Thanks so much, man. Bonjour, mes amis. Teresa, be kind. Dans la maison. Merci. Thank you so much. How's it going, JT? Namaste, Shanta. Thank you so much. Love and light to everyone. I'll take it. I'll take it in every ray I can grab. Thanks again, Bobana. Canada in the house. I call it Canada now. Or China. Depends how I feel every day now. Tommy Bird's in the house. Oh, everything jumping around here. Jump around. North Carolina. Thanks so much for coming in. So yeah, from North Carolina to Florida in the water. Big circle, and somebody is saying that there was a sub, roaming around there. So you got to wonder. Those are waters where people are allowed to roam, even from other countries, but they're not all driving subs with nukes. Is what I say. Lisa Eckerly, welcome in the house. JT, I went to bed so early yesterday. I'm off to the grocery store. I didn't even eat lunch yet. I said I'm going to come on before eating lunch so that I won't feel all tired down. We got some incredible snow here, guys. 30 centimeters with blowing winds that we got. There's like this much on top of the roofs. And there's some more coming, I think, in a couple of days. And now we're going to be plunged into the cold weather, like really cold weather. Really disappointed that the weatherman told me, prepare for the weekend, there will be no sun. They have a line now with a sun, and they have an X beside it on the days that we won't be seeing any sunlight. I mean, it's crazy. It's like dark all the time. No sunlight coming in at all whatsoever. State of Trance, Senor Bruce. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Margaret says, Bruce was listening to Dan Aykroyd. Yes. He's also into ufology. He's a ufologist, if I'm not mistaken. A researcher, paranormal researcher. Was listening to Dan Aykroyd, the actor in Betty Hill Abduction. House keys had fallen out of husband's pocket. When they returned, door was unlocked and keys were on table with some leaves. Interesting. Yeah, that rings a bell, that film. But Dan Aykroyd is really into UFOs and ufology and stuff like that too, and avidly believes in all of it. Hey, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Again, Nyoka Lopez Cuba. Thank you very much. You rock. Hey, I want to thank you for the last live stream, for the kind words. I appreciate it. And for appreciating the channel, of course. Wow, you rock. Thank you so much. Peter's getting the moon too. He's getting it more than me. The sun, I haven't gotten it in ages. Actually, the two last sun videos I put out was the last time I saw the sun, and now the sun. Nuka Lopez Cuba, thanks again. So this morning the sun is peaked for about 5 minutes, and I laughed my head off because there's no sunspots facing Earth now. So, well, not big ones. So I don't film it when there's just a little bit of stuff. Saludos. Muchas gracias. State of Trance. Por venir a mi canal de investigación. Thanks for the update, Bruce. I was getting ready, really worried about Darla. Oh yeah, very, very sick. It's like she was saying in her muscles and stuff like that. That was a while back, couple days ago. But like she said, don't be looking for me. She's gonna take the time for her. And obviously, we're right after Christmas and stuff like that. I mean, between that, her not feeling good, and the things that she obviously has to do in her everyday life is going to keep her busy for a while. But it happens. As Grip Ripper that came back here and gave us a heads up, I think last week or a couple of weeks before, he was not feeling good. It took him a month to get over it. We're used to getting over colds, a week, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks. When you get the 4 weeks there, it takes a hell of a lot out of you. Chemtrails, no, it's actually stratospheric aerosol injection. Yep, it's exactly what it is. It's exact we talk about it a lot here. We've talked about it in the past here too. They're absolutely injecting things into the clouds. That's 100% certain, and it's been patented and talked about like as far back as 47 about the stratospheric aerosol injection and stuff like that. Remember about the time where they started telling us, stop making spray net cans, and stop using spray net and aerosols, Yeah, well, they're injecting, stratospheric aerosol injection. Just a little funny. Omicron symptoms, poor data. Could absolutely be. But the names, I don't really believe too much about the names of what they're saying. It's just variants or not. It's something in the air, and the people that did that too have problems, and that's how it is, I guess, until people wake up. Unfortunately. But I will keep you posted though. Patty, hi there. Remember the sun being yellow? Yeah, a lot of people say that, just like butter color. Absolutely. Now it's white, bright white, very white. I'm worried about the sky. I'm worried about the moon. Haven't seen the moon in age. I'm anxious to film the moon. Remember, I filmed it with the P900 and got it green because I never had before. Artemis 1 just came back a day or two before that, and so since Artemis has been back, I've not gotten the moon once. That's incredible. And it never happened to me to go that long without being able to see, at least if it's not the stars, well, I could see the moon, or if I don't see the moon and stars, I'll see the sun. There's one of the three usually I always see. And when all three are not being seen, I haven't seen stars here in ages. And in 2022, there are no evenings where there are stars outside. There was the other night, and I went out to film at the beginning of 2023, and I caught UFOs, and I posted it in the video. That's, and the UFOs were flying under the clouds because it was very, very cloudy out. Imagine that. Z Spin in the house. Thank you so much. How's it going, Beth Noyce? Beth No, yes. I like saying no, yes. Beth Noyce. Hi, guys. Long time I've been gone from home from over a month. I hope you're doing well. Dealing with family stuff. I get it. Great to be back. Love you all. Love you, Bruce. Love you more, Beth, and sending you lots of energy. Hope everyone's doing okay on your end. Oh, yeah. It's all been confirmed that they're here for sure. Everything's been confirmed. We got the confirmation as people on the moon, but it just doesn't come out in the news. You and I, Lisa, and a lot of people here are not waiting for the news to tell us the truth, but it's out. But it's incredible how people stay indoctrinated all the same, and listen to the media, and the media are such liars. Hey, thanks for sharing that. A couple of people. Where was it? Hawaii. Right now, if you're on the island of Hawaii, there's one there too, and the one in the States lined up with Virginia, lined up right with Virginia in the water, 100 miles from the water and the edge, like from the edge of the coast, East Coast, whatever, wherever that is, biggest water landmass from Virginia. Virginia, Florida. Then you keep going up all the way up to North Carolina, all the way down to Virginia. You see 100 miles from the coast, apparently one of those subs. So from Hawaii, people are seeing big Russian ships that are there with soldiers on it, seeing exactly what's going on. So whether it be World War III that's going on, it's already been confirmed, obviously, because we heard Biden say a long time ago that no, we're not going to send any tanks to Ukraine, and we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, because that would mean World War III. And you hear a guy in the background, yeah. But now things have changed, so we're going to send them. So that means we're probably in the World War III. Rusty Peace, love the name. No disclosure. Far too much money and historical political deception involved. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. You're absolutely right about that, Rusty Peace. It's on the line. All that money and their fortress, their dynasty, whatever they're holding up, the elites and everything, they're all bending together to try to keep this, evil cult continuing on. But often when leaks happen, they happen from the inside, and hopefully that's what we're going to see. Meridan. Bonjour, Meridan. Comment ça va? Hello. Good evening. Still didn't open my chocolates yet. Not yet. I went through these. That was a beautiful gift. She sent me all. It was a beautiful card too, Maridan, and a couple of other people took the time, sent me some Christmas cards, and I just received them. We're in 2023 now, the 27th of January. And I thank you all. Merci, Marie. Thanks, Marie. Mary. Evelyn Saba in the house. Great to see you too. Love you, Evelyn, my friends in New Zealand. How's everything going? You guys are probably not missing your prime minister, eh? Wonder who they're going to put in now. Gotta go, you guys. Have a great stream. You too, Burn. Thanks for being here, brother. All right, Beth. Perfect. Won't be in the chat much. Have a month's worth of chores to catch up. I totally hear you on it. And Beth, thanks for listening in. Absolutely. Thank you. Hey, Ozer, how's it going, man? Good evening, Bruce, mods, and all from Applin West Highlands, Scotland. Another bucket list place. Beautiful place. England, another one here, Mr. Peter Benton. It was a surprise gift, but it's been so long. I just wanted to him. Okay, I missed the part of the conversation. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for being here, Peter. Peter Benton. Even he wanted to ship me something at one point, Peter. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I'll tell you what. What I see people are paying for shipping and stuff, it friggin' sucks. It sucks. I mean, it's ridiculous. Sent out only a couple of hats, like once or twice here, and in some countries, I think the furthest was New Zealand or something. It was $40 in a hat. So, like, geez, come on. How much place does a hat take in a plane going to New Zealand? Right on, Beth. Anika, child of Thoth. Hello to you. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. Margaret in the house. Splittyful. Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. We're on all the planets. Humans are, they brought humans here. We're not even born here. It's what I believe. All the planets are inhabited. Venus has a surface, maybe for all we know, the sun even has a surface. No grip, but it's on its way. February 2nd is the closest approach. It will pass by at 25 million miles or approximately 42 million kilometers from Earth. 2022 BU, 6 meters long, if I'm not mistaken. It's the size of like a big enough truck. And they say there's no danger, but it's supposed to fly by February 22nd. February 2nd. I'm sorry. We are the 27th. If any of you have a clear view of the sky tonight, you may possibly be able to see it with binoculars, a small telescope, and maybe with the naked eye. But now here's the thing. For those of you that remember Neowise, Beth, hang on. Thank you so much. Remember when I caught Neowise, guys? You could see the tail end and everything. It was really clear. Well, this comet, C 2022 E3 ZTF, you're not going to see as close as we could see Neowise. Maybe not even half as close. It would be very far, seen from very far away. Hope our ET friends do another flyover the White House and to Ukraine. Yes, Russia has to help stop the war. Absolutely. Love you, brother and family. Thanks for the generous contributions, Beth. And no, that would be a good thing. And I think possibly that's possibly something that they are going to do. Absolutely, I really do. Really do. A matter of fact, I think the aliens are going to stop them because they've been being caught, seen close to that area and what's going on. I mean, shit has hit the fan. It's only a matter of time till things really, And that remains a story, Lisa, like you said here, or since the 40s. it's like everybody knows it, but that truth never came out. You know, they don't, or the truth is there and it's hard to see. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's, admitting this, but when it comes to the news, they don't want to admit it. What everyone wants to see is the news media. That's what has to be taken over. The news media, the direction of that. Michael, thanks, brother. Thanks for being here, man. Oliver Klein's in the house. How am I doing with the time here? Time mark 109. A little late, but I'm trying to maintain, to keep up. 1,800 chat comments here every stream. So I try to answer as many as I can. Don't be insulted. If I don't see you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I assure you. Anonymous, welcome. Thanks, my anonymous friends. I have anonymous contributors. I have anonymous people that stop by here, and I appreciate it so much. Those respectfully remain anonymous. Colors on the moon. Absolutely. There are so many colors on the moon. Like, for real. As a matter of fact, they came out with a map last year explaining all the different minerals and stuff, whether it be that, the reason that we're seeing the color. There's quite a bit of color there. Even some astronauts have described having seen colors in the atmosphere, saffron colors, and even what looked like light scattering. So if there's no light scattering on the moon, because you can't have light scattering that occurs in micro orbit, okay, microgravity, sorry, okay, and some astronauts said that they could see it. There's no combustion, they say, on the moon, but yet we're seeing objects rising up off the moon and going back down to the surface of the moon that are showing signs of combustion, visual proof with videos that I'm documenting. And that blows my mind away. I believe that, Anika, child of Thaw. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you for it. I do think so. Crazy Music Space Jam. Thanks, man. Love you all, BSA family. Don't forget your thumbs up for the channel, peoples. Hey, thank you so much. And guys, that's a music channel. All musicians head to that channel. We're going to do a whole bunch of cool projects. And not for nothing, it's called Crazy Music, because we're going to experiment with stuff. Space is also another thing that is probably going to appear on that show or channel. I would suggest everybody to head over and subscribe to it. I'm subscribed to it and do some projects with them. And that's Eliao's Valhalla, the one that's always here, Eliao's Valhalla, that we always see, a mod, a long-time contributor, often-time contributor to the channel. So check him out and go to his channel, Eliao's too. He streams. He speaks French and English, and the English people are keeping him on his toes. He's going to actually become perfectly bilingual in no time. But I love the guy. He's like a brother, and I thank you very much, man, for being here. I really appreciate that. Last night, wake up as usual at 3:25. That's about my usual time, too. Went in the kitchen for a drink of water, so did I. That's creepy. Saw UAP. Lucky. I had no sky. I didn't see one. UAP 339 coming from the ENE. Stop this shot off going WSW, west southwest. Okay. East northeast. I'm stupid me. That's pretty cool, actually. That's actually beyond pretty cool. But that's the time I get them. S channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Wow. Really appreciate that. Am I on mute again? The crickets? Thanks a lot, you guys. Wow. You got to keep your eyes up in the sky. Hey, Margaret, do you have any idea how often I see them in the middle of the night? Sometimes looking out the window, standing up, looking out the window. At one point, I was almost phobic with it. Every time I'd look out, I'd see one. And that's when I started coming to the understanding. Thanks again, guys. Coming to the understanding that maybe some of us are the ones attracting these lights. I mean, really odd. Russia in the house. Is there a way to develop a telescope which can zoom inside the depths of the oceans? Now you're talking. Spiritual sight. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And greetings from Russia. Stazvutia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I wishing the best for you guys, and hoping everyone's okay in Russia. And that's a good question. A telescope designed inside of the depths of the oceans. You know what's funny about that, my friend? It's not something we hear a lot about. It's not something that you hear people using. I know one thing: in the bottom of the ocean, it's the hardest thing to combat 10 feet in front of you because of all the fuzziness. There are programs that people can use, but in reality, it's just an adjustment of the exposure. But you're right about that. Like, what are they waiting for? I don't even know. You know, you're probably right. They obviously have not developed that yet. That's a heck of a good one, though. Anika, Child of Thoth, thanks again for being a member and generous contributions. And I believe that the aliens are going to stop it also 100%. Actually, that's no doubt about it. I still have yet to put this up because I got beautiful cards from Anika Thoth. And this is from her. I love the image, by the way. It's like freaking amazing and always a beautiful message because you people support the channel and send me beautiful words to keep me excited and hyped up, and I appreciate that a lot. Swamp gas, don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. You know what I call it, Oliver Klein? You know it. Clouds. And recently in the last video, I also showed, which I've showed in the past because I caught it a couple of years ago, the mysterious cloud-like substance flowing over top of the craters. They found, as of a couple of days ago, methane clouds on Mars. So, you know, and whether it's methane clouds or they found literally methane, you can see it sometimes, methane, even in water, frozen bubbles of methane. You got some people popping them open and lighting them up on fire and it makes a flame. Have you seen that? Some of the videos? Damn right. Yes. Telescope, no, but radar. Oh no, yeah, 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 for sure. They're look, they did it in the Amazon. They found so many temples and Mayan like temples. And I say like, I think it was Mayan temples, Ecuador, everywhere now. They're scanning the Amazon and all these areas to look underground to see what's there. And they're seeing everything from piled up, ancient bodies. Probably you can imagine all the giants they're going to find because that's something very real. I was actually surprised. I've always had an interest in giants and stuff, but never even looked into it because I said to myself, it might not be real. But no, there's actually literally legit, hope it's legit, giants that were shown online, and there's images of them, the bones. But most of that information and the work on it, it's all scrubbed, right? Like the real information. She got other people talking about them and stuff. Yes, Russia in the house. Yeah, Lisa, same here. Black Vault, over 3 million documents and files and documents. I mean, they're just coming out. So the recent UFO sighting, another leaked video, by the way, go check it out. But there's Jeremy Corbell in that. And I'm not saying I don't trust the guy. It's just that the last that he showed, Jeremy Corbell, apparently were drones. And again, when somebody, Jeremy Corbell, he shows something, I'm not going to label him ever, because you never know what's truthful anymore. And you never know that if somebody could be starting a story saying that it's a lie, because there was a story with Jeremy Corbell when he showed those flashing UFOs, which I've never seen. They did tests. Apparently, the military concluded this in one of the UFO reports that they tested to see if the camera sensors would be able to recreate that, and they said it did. They said it did. What the hell type of infrared cameras are the military using at the distance that object was from them and parked like that? Sort of makes you wonder the legitimacy of it, or maybe not necessarily the legitimacy, but it makes you wonder if, what was it? Was it the military? It's the Navy that gave them the video. So was it the military, during a secret project or something that witnessed this, or that was just filming it? Who knows? Scratch, thanks for being here. Yes, may the force be with us. His Highness in the house. I believe between now and June, says Margaret, something big will happen with these UAPs. There are just too many sightings. Yes, and the sightings are ramping up. And like I said, the Pentagon said that there's like over 140 of them that they weren't able to characterize at all. They just have no idea what the lights are, right? There was talk in one of the UFO reports that they wanted to actually catch one of those UFOs. And I'm assuming they probably might try to do so. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, a lot of people believe that. Something I believe. Haim Eshed, Lisa, the retired defense minister or former defense minister in Israel, said that the Americans had astronauts that were working for them, living inside of Mars, and that they were hybrids. They weren't even human. And that pissed me off because they didn't talk about it after in the news. It really pissed me off. I was like, the guy's going to say that, and they're not even going to talk about it in the news. Hey, at work listening, Adam. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for listening in, brother. Yep, air ice, like what's all around Earth, and probably between every planet from here to the end of the galaxy. It's probably what's most abundant in the universe, water. And they're saying, well, we just found out that there's water in the outskirts of the solar system. Thank you, James Webb Telescope. 2 more billions, guys. We need more money. Another Webb telescope is malfunctioning, not working. Program shut itself down on the infrared camera or something with one of the programs, and they go, it's not damaged, it's just on pause. Like my Chrome, like my Chrome search engine has paused my Google account. Can't get on into my Google account using Chrome now. I have to use Safari, but I have to keep Chrome on the computer to be able to do the live streams, which is totally stupid. But that's how Google is. It's totally glitched. Of course, the moisture in the air. Absolutely. Look at it the way you want, Scratch. Imagine the universe freezing up all of a sudden because, I don't know, 10 neutron stars explode at the same time. Well, there'll be actually a lot of heat before it cools down. But could you imagine the speed of everything in space freezing up, all those ice crystals and everything? There would be ginormous ice rocks that would form in less than 3 days that would start raining down on all the planets. When you sit here and just think of that, you go, oh my God, eh? Yeah, the Big Bang wasn't just a Big Bang. Then they're actually saying now that it doesn't even exist, the Big Bang anymore. Never a straight answer. That's right. You know what I use for NASA now? I say, not a secret anymore. I can't wait for it not to be a secret anymore. Of course, Margaret. I mean, think of something like huge in size. They just found something that was, I don't know if it's 200,000 times bigger than our sun. I mean, it's almost impossible to wrap your mind around that. I can only imagine the size of the mountains on something like that size. Yeah, the bluish ice, pure oxygen. And obviously, it's probably what happened to Earth when some of those, you know, big ass pieces of ice landed on Earth, brought us water, brought us oxygen. As a matter of fact, they said that an asteroid teleported, actually didn't teleport, they taxied potassium over here because there wasn't any, and it landed and hit the Earth. And the chemicals they just found coming from the extremities beyond the sun is what made life here on Earth. And so they say, and at the same time, those chemicals are harming us. So a little hard to understand that. Yeah, I've heard that. That's why they apply dry ice. When they say they're applying dry ice, they're applying carbon dioxide, and they put it inside of a humongous hurricane and can control its speed, can have it sit there and turn for weeks or days or whatever they want to do. Always eyes wide open. That's the most maddening thing that they render. Yeah, they render the pictures and they make him look incredibly different. You know, they add colors and they try to stump the mind. Daughter's heart. Yeah, I guess. I guess. Very healthy person. Yeah, what's going on has nothing to do with her heart there. Just very, very sick with a badass flu. It's going to take weeks for her to get back up on her ass, from her ass for sure. Yeah, we're rotating. We're continually rotating since, yes, concern, Oliver, for sure. Since I mentioned a couple years back when the moon and the sun were shifting, um, straight up, okay, like out of the mouth of a child is the way I take it. By looking up, and my only understanding, seeing the moon and the sun rotating, is because Earth is moving. It is changing degrees. It's going to change the climate. It is. It's changing the weather. Where now the northern point for the storms have moved over, and at one point we're going to see the north change positions, but that's something I haven't seen yet. There's lots of videos online where people said that their compass has changed directions. I think it's bullshit. It's not something that's not going to be talked about, that's for sure. And it's always hold on, now I'm a little worried. Wow. Give me a sec, guys. It moved, but I just want to be sure. Hold on. Nope. Nope. Same position. The North Pole is in the same position. Seen on this very, very old military compass from a long time ago. Isn't it beautiful? Still works very well too. Yeah. At one point, it's going to happen. The equator is going to go where the poles are. The poles are going to change places. North and pole are going to switch, and it's going to be one hell of a show. And we're all going to be here to witness it. Star Hunters in the house. That's cool. Stargazer, how's it going? Since they chuck up CERN, I've been having some health issues. Yeah, well, that's a lot of people too. So whether it be coincidence or not, I mean, it's being noted. Me, I noticed that um, when the sun ramped up, noticed a lot of people seems like they were being sick or whatnot. So that's the scary part. If the magnetosphere fell down during the time of the dinosaurs, because now we do know the dinosaurs exist. Imagine them all dying just because of the radiation from the sun, and then the magnetosphere closing itself up, and then just having them there, and not be found for millions and hundreds of whatever millions of years. That's crazy, but it could absolutely happen. Greetings, Earthlings, says Star Hunter. Elias, I appreciate that for the thumbs up. Let me scroll down here. William Shuttles in the house. Thanks, man. Betty Zoom. Hi from Canada. Hello back. I am Kai is here. Oh yeah, they show the proof on Gaia, but what we want is not Gaia to show us the proof. We want someone to prove what Gaia is saying, because words about what's going on and stuff, everybody knows. Gaia has been around for so long, everyone's talking about it, and but that doesn't change anything. They can talk about UFOs and stuff like that, but what they have to do is find actual proof straight up right here, right there, right now, like I'm doing on the moon. I'm the only got that much evidence on the moon to the whole damn list of channels that are here. This happened to me. It should be spit out everywhere by everyone, and it's not. That's because it's for a reason that they're doing that. But now with what's going on Gaia 2, These people are in court. The guy is bringing some people to court. Some people want to bring Gaia to court. All these people are talking about UFOs. It's people that are making millions of effing dollars. There's something wrong with that because the government would not permit anybody to speak out about aliens. They won't let me do it. I don't know why they're letting, some people do it. But yeah, I got respect for Gaia and whatever. I just don't linger or like or favor any of them because I think there's so many liars out there. And it's about the energy. They're always talking about the energy. It's real. And it's just, for me, it just became, when you talk about alien beings, I don't trust anyone that talks about alien beings because we don't have that proof about the alien beings, the alien encounters. I've had an encounter with a shadow. I get it, but it remains a secret. Most often, that's what happens. It remains a secret. William Shadows in the house. His Highness from Ottawa, February 17th. It's going to be some party in Ottawa, I heard. Mark Bauer, thanks so much. And then we will all be living in Antarctica again. That's right. After the quarter settles its spin. See, that's exactly it, eh? And yes, Ottawa in the house. So we tend to think that a lot of people, even me, Jeff Walker, thank you, sir, for being here. Thanks, Jeff. A lot of people think it's going to happen, in a day. It's not. It's over a long period of time. Ice ages have, it could take 10,000 years. They don't know it, actually. They don't know yet what's going on, I've heard the most exciting things, Lisa, on Gaia. That's why I'm very careful when I'm there, because they have extravagant, beautiful stories. They use video, incredible video. So the ideal is it gets to people's hearts, right? But you notice that when somebody shows a live video of a UFO, there's no reaction. People want a story. They don't just want me showing the light. They want me to say that the light tried to come and kill me at home and I would get more views. And that's a lot of what people do. But truth is going to come out. A lot of false prophets out there that we got to be careful with too. And then we all be living in Antarctica. That's something really real because the ice age has a very warm period at the beginning. We could be living in the next ice age right now. And this very warm period that we're experiencing is going to become more and more cold. We saw a change in the permafrost in Antarctica and everything. That happened pretty fast, but there's a hole in the ozone layer over Antarctica. Tell me that's not deliberate. They can heal it. I don't understand why they're not trying to. Instead, we're trying to find the furthest galaxies away. And we're littering and polluting space. Just gets me so mad. Yes. And liquid nitrogen just had to go on a Googling mission. Yes, and liquid nitrogen. And it's not just that, Scratch. You know how many times I Google stuff, man? Like when people ask me about the sun, I do some research a day or two. I find out the distance of the sun. I find out, as much as I can about heliophysics, about the coronal mass ejection, solar storms, flashes, sunspots. And then a week goes by, I'm studying something else. Somebody asks me another question, same question about the sun. And I go, hang on, go back onto Google. There's too much to remember. That's why it's impossible that nobody knows the complete truth. Comment Janine? Quenouille, dans la maison, allô à toi? Un gros merci. Yes, sir, Elias. That I appreciate that, Nirka Lopez, Cuba. And thanks for the generous contributions, you guys, too. Please hit the button if you haven't, the like button, guys, and share and subscribe. Hey, down to 40,000 views because I was taken down for a couple of weeks and then a couple of weeks a second time. 40,000 views on this channel in a month. Isn't that depressing? So those of you discouraged that you're not getting many views on your channel, I got 40,000 views with all the shit I'm showing. So thanks a lot, JT. Yes, Mama Bear. We have Susan in North Carolina. Thank you very much. See any submarines go by? I said, how could I post in the community without them taking it down? I was going to say pepperoni and cheese submarine seen on the East Coast, 100 miles from shore. People will say, what the hell is he talking about? Russian pepperoni and pizza submarine. Best flavor, 2 for 1, 14-inch submarine on the East Coast in the waters, 100 miles. Anyways. Hey, Florida in the house. Well, that's where they're seeing the submarines, Nyuka Lopez. They're seeing boom, boom. That's my Spanish version of submarines, but you know, she knows. I'm sure she speaks English better than I speak Spanish. And so we won't talk about those subs anymore. Anyways, we don't know if it's true or not, but it's scary. Ah, nice one, Scratch. Nice one. Big difference. Imagine the storm dropping liquid nitrogen. They do. But the dry ice is also something that they do put into the aerosols. There's a patent made in the 40s and 1940s for real that was patented on how to manipulate storms. They actually patented it. There's some weather making machine off of Havana. Check it out sometime. I've heard of that. I have heard of that. And the weather making machines, it's scary stuff. They exist, right? You know, when NASA is sending up a rocket, they have so much heat coming from the thrusters, dumping all the thousands of tons of fuel, right, to get them up off the ground. They feel like they're floating at one point as it's trying to get it up off the ground. And then they have the water, all these big hoses of water that they send in with the heat. When that mixes up, it causes an incredible cloud. Lightning forms in the cloud. It starts to rain. So yeah, weather making machines, they exist. I always said in Antarctica, why don't they bring snow machines there and just allow them all the time to make snow and just push the snow around? And you'd think we'd try to stop the thawing, you know, which some people would say that's ridiculous, but I don't know. We get a couple of years in to help. Thanks again, Nyaka. AM's here. How's it going, bro? Not bad. Thank you for being here, AM. Appreciate that. Betty Zoom. As you were saying, we are being bounced around. Hope we end up where it's no winter. Same here, Betty Zoom. You must be from Canada. Of course. That's how it is. I hear you on that. Well, us in Canada, depending on where you are, I'm in Quebec, if you're not far from me, if I'm not mistaken. What's going to happen is that we're going to be seeing much warmer winter. So this is a long period of process. Considering that we're not in the flip yet, it's a bit scary. Honestly, I'm not a pusher of fear, but I'm pretty sure that if, without exaggerating, 2023, 2024 could possibly be the time where the pole shift really flips all at once there. At least that much snow will be a good insulator for the cold. That's true. Yeah, absolutely, Mark. True that is. Yes. Virginia. We got subs off the coast. That's scary as hell. Watch Woman of the Dragon. I did not see her. Hello, welcome. Well, I called you the official stats in the community. I posted in the community. Listen, I wanted to show it. It's totally cool. Those beautiful stickers you gave me, the big ass NASA sticker that you gave me, and the Space Force stickers. I put them on the telescope. Be thinking of you guys every time I go out. And at the same time, when people look at my big ass telescope, they're gonna say, and not my big ass, they're gonna look at the big ass telescope and say, "Oh, NASA. He must work for NASA." No, I don't. They're my competitors, Julie. And I posted a picture of it in the community if you want to check it out the other day. I gave you a shout out, shared your link, even though I called you the official stats instead of the real stats. Dollars. Thanks for being here, Julie. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm special. My teacher said I was special, but not in a good way. But in reality, you guys are really special. Would be awesome if Dan Aykroyd could visit here for interview. Hey, you know what the worst of it, Margaret? I bet you I would have a ball, and I bet you he would even have a ball too. I mean, he knows a lot of stuff about that. I'm pretty sure he's seen UFOs. There's a rumor of Jackie Gleason. There's a rumor of Jackie Gleason seeing the president of that time, which was, I don't remember who it was. It wasn't Nixon. It was, anyways, moving right along. Jackie Gleason, there's a rumor that he was shown UFOs as he was having a drink with one of the presidents, Eisenhower. I have no idea what the president was back then, but you guys will find the story either way. He was shown a craft, but then an alien being, and apparently that really screwed up Jackie Gleason. Really screwed him up. I hope I'm saying the right name. Art Carney, Jackie Gleason. No, Jackie Gleason. Considering this was before I was born. I'm getting hungry. Bruce, in Niagara, birds seen scarce since that big EQ 8.3. Oh, wow. Niagara, and this is something else too. In southern Ontario, in Niagara, they had meteors that actually real meteorites, because it's only a meteorite when it hits the ground, that hit the ground. They had some on hand, close by science guys, for whatever the reason, that were able to go over there to see what the hell was going on. And you see, we didn't hear anything about that afterwards. It should be all over the news. Absolutely. I do have a friend channel, and you guys should be really aware of where I am on other channels, because I'm telling you, they could put me down anytime. So try not to lose track of me. Yeah, my friend's channel. Thanks a lot, Julie. You guys can check out the friend channel. You can go meet me on Patreon, which is in the cover image on the bottom right. There's a link there to check it out. And every video, except for the streams, every video has all the links, all my links, fundraiser, not Zers, in the description. And I thank all of you that come here and contribute, because you got the super chat here. There's a thanks button. Christmas comes by. You want to leave me $1 or $2? You can leave a minimum, I think, of $1 or $2. I would hope, on a video that you appreciate. And a lot of people were telling me, "Oh, $2 isn't much." Are you crazy? You know, it helps the channels grow. This is a free channel, so when you come here, it's absolutely free. But it's important for all of you guys to know that this channel, and the reason why it's still up, it's all because of the community and us all together here with the amazing support. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, still no Darla Scratch. She was really sick. I gave her the month off. I said, I don't even want to see you here on the streams, get back to health. Also, she told me it was not a normal cold, it was a biggie, a doozy. Jimbo, Telegraphist, Southwest Pennsylvania. We had 15 minutes of sunshine today. Horrible. Same here, man. It's exactly what we had. I was surprised that I had that much, and it's the first time in a long time. Always cloudy and overcast every day. I hate it. Same here, Jimbo says. Yeah, Pennsylvania, Southwest Pennsylvania, and here we're getting the same bloody weather for that. Clouded over sky. That's another thing. A lot of you, thanks, man, for giving me that heads up. A lot of you people that come and give me a like, when you come back the week after, don't go back to re-listen to the video, but just out of curiosity, please go back to the video that you saw the last time you were here and let me know in the comment section only if your thumb disappears. It happens to hundreds of people. I get lots of emails about that. It really is. But the end will bring a new beginning, so they say. Snow lightning. Yep, I saw some here. twice this winter and once last year. Betty Zoom, it went. I was even able to hear the rumbling. Usually that was more rare, but literally hearing the crashing and rumbling. Spectacular weather phenomena. It's actually snowing right now, but it's not snowing coming from the. It is coming from the sky, but not from a cloud. If you're in Quebec or in cold regions, it's something I rarely see, but when I see it, well, rarely see it 2-3 times a year. It's just the ice crystals forming right in front of you in the sky, in the air, all around you, where it's not coming down the snow, but instead the snow is appearing in front of you and it's going over to the right. And that happens when the sunlight is directly in front of you and you see it's not an optical illusion, it's really ice crystals that are forming in the air. I saw that here for 45 minutes, almost an hour this morning, early enough. It was just ice crystals everywhere. It's always cool to see. We love you even more, Beth Noyce. I was gone because I was helping my mom in the hospital through her death and planned and did the funeral. Beth, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Damn it. I knew that you were very busy with your mother. You mentioned that many months ago. Really sorry to hear about that, Beth, though. But no more suffering, and stuff like that. And I never have anything good to say when there's a death in friends, family. I have no good support of anything to say except for that I love you so much, and I'm sorry you have to go through that. I hope you have some friends around you, and if not, well, you have us here. And I'm really sorry to hear about that, Beth. Really sorry. Sending energy, my condolences your way, and I hope everyone will also do. We have let me get a Newport. Yes. Hello, Bruce. How's it going? Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Sending lots of love your way, Beth. And thanks for being here in the hard time. But thank you all for being here in the time of the pandemic and stuff. A lot of you stuck around anyways when a lot of us were going through some hard times. And yeah, I support you 100%, Beth, with everything going on around. And a whole lot of people are lots of changes in people's lives. Thanks for sharing it with us, though. I'm happy that we know. I'm happy to get the chance to at least know what's up there. Yeah. Yeah, Betty Zoom. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm thinking about it all the time. It's like the nanoparticulates and everything, the nanoparticles and everything they could easily do. Beyond undisclosed, I wish I was blue. Same here. I wish I was blue and lived in a shoe. Actually, I was going to say just doing my Dr. Seuss, but Dr. Seuss is racist now. We can't talk about that. Everybody knows that Green Ham is really racist. But I was sent that book for my son, and they never read it. Might be worth money one day. Dr. Seuss book. Yeah, nano dust and those aerosols. Yeah. What makes us cough, right? And people are more susceptible to have problems if they're working outside, probably. No, we appreciate knowing, Beth. Absolutely. Our heart goes out to you. Absolutely. Yeah, Grip Ripper was on his ass for a month. I hope I'm not mistaken, but it seems to me he said that. And yeah, hopefully Darla's doing good too. Yeah, Grip. Thanks, Beth. Yeah, Grip, exactly. Which it never did before. And it's that, having their own immune system. Imagine not being able to say immune. Hey, YouTube. I'm just now seeing the moon and stars again, being forever. Forever Free. Thanks, my Canadian friend. And thanks for letting us know at the same time what you guys and gals are seeing in the sky. Yeah, it's been such a long time, Forever Free, that I've seen the sky at all. Last night, there was a clearing with a couple of stars that peeked out, and I was like, oh my goodness, a couple of stars, but the clouds roll in. And I noticed that they are chemtrailing, aerosol injecting really badly these days. Hans, Valentine, thank you so much. Denmark in the house. Thank you, my friends from Denmark. Yeah, I think so. Eyes wide open. Everyone but Darla. Absolutely. Yeah, it's the same thing for the 3 years there. Was sick, coughing and stuff, pneumonia. Got it once. Wasn't too bad. I lived through it. No, exactly. His Highness. I stopped using the nerve gas spray air freshener. It had hard time breathing, breathing that in. You guys can check out the real stats in the community. She sent me a beautiful um, gift that I put on my satellite, my telescope. Whoa, maybe that's a sign. Maybe we're going to be able to get our own telescope. You know, it'd be really cool to have our own constellation of satellites where we could view in space and Sputnik around to check out other stars. There's some, I looked it up. It's called a biodegradable satellite. You can have a system right up in a satellite sent up just, you know, as big as a pack of cigarettes. And what happens is over time, it gets heavier and heavier with the dust on it, and then it goes and crashes somewhere between Mars and Jupiter. But it's possible to have a biodegradable satellite. I wonder if it would be possible having a biodegradable satellite where you could put actually a camera on it. As we don't have access to that power, but it would be amazing. Yeah, Nyoka, same here. It is like a blur. Yes, it went by incredibly fast. And now what's happening now is that 2023 is flashing before my face. I've had a lot of, not to jinx me, but I've had a lot of bad luck starting off in 2023. But I think it's not me that has a luck. I think everybody, there's a bad luckiness in the air, right? But good times are coming. I feel it. Since third week of November, says Margaret, the sun has peaked out not even 8 hours. So that's everybody then. Thanks for sharing that. And Margaret, thanks for being a member too. I think this is our darkest winter. I absolutely agree with that. The weatherman's talking about it here, and it's totally anomalous as compared to precedent years for sure. Yes, they do. On everything they say, they definitely tell so many fibs. Watch Woman of the Dragon. Please, we support you more than you. No, listen, I know it, sister. I totally hear you on that. I love you guys so much. I know I don't say it enough. Actually, some people think I'm annoying because I say it too much, but it's true. And if it wouldn't be for you guys, I would not be here. It is a complicity. It's everybody together. I'm not going to cry because I'm not going to win trophies and then I'm not going to get millions of subscribers. If I can have continually the same people and once in a while get a couple of people, a handful here and there that come by and that are interested, it might, maintain the channel up. And that's all I can wish for because I am lucky. I am lucky as hell to be able to be here and have a community. Think of it, having a community. Maybe it's because I was born before there was the internet. Back in the days, I feel old now, but it's true. When you knew 10, 15, 20 people, that was a big circle of friends. You never had time to get to them all. Somebody that knows 100 people, unless you're a famous person, not everybody has that many friends. But online, it's not the same. There's a lot of people that come to the channel. And like you said, watch Woman of Dragon. There's more than you guys and gals think that come here to watch the channel. And that I can tell in my analytics sometimes. It just, when things go almost viral there. Oh my God. Thank you. Nioka Lopez, Cuba. That's so generous. Thank you so much, you guys. Wow. I appreciate it so much. Thanks, guys. Guys, I regularly release nerve gas. Mias, what did you say last? Thanks again, Anyuka. What did you say, I am Kai? Was it last stream? No, a couple streams back. All you said was maybe that's not what you meant, but I laughed my head off. All you said in the comment was when the wife and dog both leave the room at the same time, you know. When you said that, I was assuming you let one a hell of a one go, and you're just sharing that with people. Anyways, I laughed my head off for like half an hour. Eyes wide open. I'm having an embolism right now. Sorry about that. Yes. And that here's the problem. And it came out, there was a recall on it. There was actually a recall on it. Pine Sol there, when you look on it, this is 99.99% bacteria is killed. Well, they actually found bacteria inside of some of the Pine Sol bottles. No jokes, that were recalled. There's a bacteria in the antibacterial friggin' soap. That's ridiculous. And who doesn't use Pine Sol? I don't use it every day, but I should. But no, seriously, it's something that people use regularly. And someone who is a clean freak, and I mean obsessive cleaning. I mean where everything looks broken in your house and worn because you're rubbing everything down continually. There's no color left, you know, and that's not always good. That's like washing your hands too much. I wouldn't dare say this online, but I'm sorry, eh? That's how it is. There's bacteria on your face. Don't look it up online because you're going to see how many beings are on you, on our hands. You know, it's bacteria, sure, pathogens is dangerous and stuff like that, but bacteria is also what keeps us alive, as a matter of fact. Fact checker, obviously. Thanks, the real stats. How is Floyd doing? I hope you guys are doing very well. Julie, I love your videos. Beautiful sunsets. Love the funny things you add into it also. And again, thanks for being here on the channel and supporting it. David, Donlin, Yellow, everybody. Thanks, man, for coming back, you guys. When are they going to disclose what's on the moon? Guys, they're not going to be able to hide it very, very long. Remember those sounds that we were hearing? China, the UK, around the world, even in the States, I think people were hearing these loud sounds, okay, like lots of stories about it. Okay, it's the trumpets in the Bible. Some people say it's this, it's that. But as for the sound that we're hearing, it could also be HARP, right? Or even CERN beaming and affecting the atmosphere. Apparently, those sounds, now scientists are starting to say, again, whether it's true or not, that it's actually an atmospheric phenomena. That's scary stuff. When the atmosphere around Earth is going, maybe it's time we stop abusing it. You know, it's taking a hell of a chance of playing God, doing what they're doing. You know, and they found things recently at CERN. I'm really not happy about what they're doing. They're opening portals literally and allowing entities or dark matter to come in. You know, Hawking's before he died, just say no, there's no danger because they're not opening up portals enough, big enough. They open and they close, but I don't know. I don't know. New Zealand's having one of its worst summers. Hey, hang in there, Evelyn. Yeah, that's really sad, eh? It's sort of scary that we're all experiencing all those different weather phenomena. Oh yes, Nyoka. Good times ahead. I'm positive. I'm positive there are going to be good times ahead. And I'm also positive that it's going to happen at the same time. Like everything that's going on with the pandemic, and there's a lot of evil's losing and good is winning, but we're not seeing any charges or people going to court and stuff. I saw, change of subject, the Declaration of Independence, a copy, no, the real thing, and or one of many copies that were given to newspapers in different towns so they would publicize it. And of course, July 4th, 1776 was the date on the, it took me 47 years to learn that, was the date on the paper. And you know what I noticed? I noticed how the language in 1776 was very similar to ours in English today, but not exactly precise. And that was really screwed up. That when they were talking about British, it was spelt out B, capital B, Ritif instead of British. There was an F there. Also, for president, the word president, where the Declaration of Independence in July 4th, 1776 was made, you see that when they talk about the president at that time, they write prefident. And there was an F. It was fascinating me. There was talking about a trial in court in some old 1770s or 1780s, almost 1800s, and the trial was spelled Tryal. Lots of changes, eh? Like, we go from fish to fishes to fish to fishes. Pluto's a planet, it's not. It's a planet, it's not. And they change it. But I was fascinated in the Declaration of Independence. Anyways, just it was interesting to me that the letters were very, very different. So the F was pronounced like an S, but where they wrote Congress, there was two S's. So at times, an F was put into place either after a vowel or before a vowel for whatever the reason, depending on what the word was. So long story short, could you imagine what they changed in ancient scriptures or Bibles around the world? And what, it was an interpretation. They did a translation, right? More like a configuration, because some things you just couldn't change, or like in English, just things in English you can't say in French. Not everybody knows that. Greek's the same. Chinese is the same. There's lots of languages where things don't make sense. You can't make a joke word for word changing. But I was fascinated to see how our language changes over only a period of 60 to 100 years. The language changes, and they, look at the word colors. COLOR. I resisted from writing, and I still do sometimes, COLOUR for color. But it is OUR, but it used to be color. And everyone's color television was COLOR. Color, it was OR. But they added that OUR, and there's a couple of other words that also change. So when we're backing up 1,000 years, don't even think of being able to completely understand all the wording and differences. I mean, often they it's based on theories, and they try to come up with these assumptions of what everything is, but they're not always right. Deception is their game, my friend. That's how it works. Yes, His Highness, you're right about that. No, we don't want war, and hopefully the aliens will stop what's coming. They're buzzing around, Yuka. They are buzzing around where the UFOs are seen in Ukraine and Russia, the states. Oh my gosh, guys. Kansas, Colorado, Arizona, Utah, Missouri. As I said, Kansas, California. They're seeing all these large swaths of UFOs and lights. And they are lights, whatever they may be, they're lights that are parked all over a hill. The last one was in Kansas, and you're hearing the control towers talking with these. I was going to say beings. I get mixed up with Earth and the Moon. Good thing I don't have to travel to both, because I wouldn't be able to hide what I'm seeing up there. But seriously, they really are seeing an abundant number of UFOs, and these UFOs are buzzing around the planes. There's been no head-on collisions or accidents yet, so they say, with the UFOs and the planes, but maybe they are not physical, right? Maybe they're from somewhere else. As a matter of fact, it could look like a beam from HARP, right? Like HARP, what would it look like, HARP beaming into the ionosphere and moving around? Like, would it look like a UFO, a light, or because it's only whatever our eyes the frequency of our eyes are going to see. There's lots of frequencies around Earth that we don't see, that a lot of you, most of you know that. Lots. We want peace. We don't want any more. We don't want any killing. I agree with that 100%. We don't want anything else. We want beautiful things. We want prosperity. We want peace and love for one another. Amen to that, sister. I totally agree with you on that. And it's going to happen. Remember how, where I can't wait just to get back. Okay. Do any of you feel that we're living during the World War times at the beginning of the 1920s, except now we're just in 2020? Don't forget, in 2080, the year 2090, the year 3000, when they look back at 2020, it's going to be the way we look back at 1920 from the 2020 period. They are so going to see that everything that happened in 1920 is happening again in 2020. The difference, the numbers. That's all that is different. What they've been doing, what they did to us the past 3 years, they've been doing to us for many years. It's a repetitive cycle that keeps reoccurring. It's crazy. But war has never been good. It's not going to solve anything. It's for money. I have no idea why they're defending Ukraine like that. It's just absolutely crazy. I'm for the people in both countries, Russia, Ukraine. I'm for the people there. I want the people to be okay. I don't give a crap's ass or a rat's ass about the elites and what they're doing. Whether Vladimir or Vladimir, either way. Dumbo. You talking about Will Smith? Sorry, I had to. Mark Bauer says, Bruce, to your point of leaks. Bruce sees all to your point of leaks. Yes, we will continue to do just that, buddy. Love you. Absolutely, Mark. Oh, we got this. Yoga with Denise. How are you? Thanks for coming by. That's mail. You guys want to send me some spaceship parts, anything and everything except for anthrax, of course. Spaceship parts. I don't know. A picture of you on your balcony going. Last time I said that, I got one that did it. Bruce, thanks, Julie. Bruce, have you seen the Badass Killer laser the American military have? Evelyn Saba, boy, that's very, very proud of you. I'm impressed that you saw that. That didn't come out that long ago. Yes, and if you're talking about the direct energy weapon that they tested actually on an American ship, yeah, I saw it. It's badass, and apparently, if it's the same one you're talking about, it was recently used, that direct energy laser, to take down a drone that was going beside a boat, like a military boat. I saw that they were talking about that. It's a massive laser beam. They say that it's being used as a defense and not an offensive maneuver, because so in other words, if a drone's going by to take pictures of them, that laser goes up and blinds it, and then it just, it'll crash, depending on how strong I imagine that they're going to use the laser. So hello to everyone around the world. I'm asking you to please, if you haven't hit the like button, do you have any idea how much that means so much to me, you guys? I love you for it, honestly. Do you know, Nioka, I have a small Spanish channel that, but you obviously understand English too, so that's super cool. But if ever you want, not because I want people to subscribe, it's just if ever you want to hear the work explained in sort of Spanish, I tried to make a couple of videos. I got a good couple of videos on Astronomia of Nice. So, people can check that out. But I can't thank you enough for being here. So, guys, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, go out of the super chat, hit the like button, return, share on your social media. That's what I want to hear, and that's what I want people to do. If you guys want the channel to continue on, that's what we're going to need. Thanks again, Beth, for generous contributions. And we're sending you plenty of energy and healing power. Beth, take the time that you guys are gonna do. You're gonna need. Venus has a training center. Atmosphere is very doable. Oh yes, doable for sure. Russia was supposed to go there. 2023, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm not mistaken, Saturn or Venus, but seems to me it was Venus. They were supposed to have an actual manned mission going to Venus. I think now, obviously, because of the war. But before that, it was planned that Russia was going into the atmosphere of Venus and to go down to the surface. There's actually a private company, a private space company independently raise their own funds. This is aside from Russia, and they're going to, or already have, I think they're going to send something down to Venus in the atmosphere 100 kilometers up over the surface to look for life, but not microbial life. They want to pan by over the atmosphere of Venus to see if there's any buildings there, probably, or real life. So it's very exciting. Excuse me. It's very exciting to me that that's happening, and a lot of things that they're talking about like that. More good news is going to happen. Leah, how's it going? Thanks for the amazing support, eh? S. Bonjour de Blainville, S. Et puis merci de générer contribution. Merci d'être ici. Blainville, ça c'est cool, ça. Québec, dans la maison. Puis je te remercie vraiment beaucoup pour le support. Merci d'avoir pris le temps de venir voir la chaîne aussi. Wow. I'm going to attempt to rebuild my night vision scope later tonight. Scratch. Please do. And join the fight, join the race. So much going on out there. Thanks, Julie, for that. You guys sub to the Crazy Music Space Jam channel. Go check out Elias's setup, music equipment, brand new electric guitar, brand new acoustic guitar, hot and sexy. You got to check it out. Guitars for me are so damn sexy. I like women too, don't worry, but the guitars are sexy. And check out his the Cajun drum, the pedals that he bought, and he started a music channel, not to show off, but to do projects with people. I hope he's going to show off. Hope he's going to play a bunch of things on his channel. And of course, musicians can gather there and pray together. Pray about music and talk about music. Comets are easier to see with a long tail. Absolutely right, His Highness. And unfortunately, it lost its tail. I'm sorry, I'm so behind. It lost its tail when it went by the sun, so that's another thing. Come from Saskatchewan. Beautiful northern lights. Grew up with them. Yes, so beautiful. I saw it here, Betty Zoom, in Quebec, but only in the 90s. Come to Ontario, seen so much UFO stuff, makes me say, you okay, but eyes don't lie. That's how it is. Eyes don't lie. And when we see these things, often if you don't have a camera, you're alone to see it. But the proof is there. Merci encore, Blainville. The proof is there, though, that it really exists. Anika of Thaw, thank you so much for the SDKs. Incredible. I believe they are observers watching us, too. Thanks, Scratch. Merci encore. Crazy music, Space Jam. Old Venus map outlines what seas to navigate, where to mine minerals. It's the worst of it. That's the worst of it. Mankind is old enough to wipe its own behind or burn. Yeah, exactly. I'll say like Biden says, my bum was wiped. I don't know why he said that. Renee Strobos, thank you so much. Greetings from the Netherlands, city of Groningen. Thank you. I hope I pronounced that right. I get a lot of people from the Netherlands. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Rennie or Renee. Maria in the house. Thank you so much. I guess I will have to scroll down. Thanks for the contributions, you guys. Please remember to hit the like button. Hey, Bruce, says Mr. Peter Benton. Maybe you and Elias could do a live fun version of Aliens on the Moon. Well, absolutely. Even him, he's free to use any of the music that I'm posting on my own channel. I mean, we're going to have some fun with that for sure. Yeah, it's a good thought, man. Right on, Mr. Peter Benton. Shits and giggles. Hit the like. 3, 2, 1 action. Thank you so much. Love the name, by the way. Yeah, we need some more. Let me scroll all the way down here. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Heart of Courage in the house. How's it going, Bruce? Hope you're well, pal. Thank you so much. Very thoughtful of you, my friend. I'm doing good. I am doing good. It's the world around me not doing too good. A little upset. Many things going on in the street here. So I filmed several police officers, now that I know they're police officers, that were parked outside of my house, camped for hours at a time. One stayed there till a snowstorm started and was there for hours. And not that I was getting worried. I've always had people, watching the house, but usually that's not how they do it by parking in front. It's a little obvious. And I was concerned because they really were cops. But the good news, and I'm happy I didn't post it at that time, there was an explosion on my street yesterday. And at the end of the road, a black van, all of a sudden, 5 a.m., appears on the street. And I've been seeing that black van with no windows or doors, and a bunch of people in the truck. Really creeps me out. But apparently they did one hell of a raid from someone that escaped from prison or left prison during Christmas, was supposed to be out till like the 1st of January, but never returned. So they did a raid at the end of the house with there were drugs and everything in there. I think this guy's going to jail for 15 years. So they had also some, bomb blasts to broke down the door, threw in some canisters, and poof. And here 5 a.m. So I was wondering what the hell's going on. So those vehicles that I saw outside, which, by the way, I know each and every one of your cars now, you're going to have to buy some new cars to be able to look at Bruce's house, because I saw the Transport, saw the gray car. Day before that I saw all those cars, police officer stops at the other end of the street, on this end, and stops and talks to a gray car for about half an hour. That was not normal. And that gray car the next day wound up in front, parked for 2 hours. I got a headache just thinking of it. It was driving me nuts. So he looked at me because I went upstairs and just aggressively opened up the blinds, and I just start looking at them. It's like a weirdo. I said, "Do you want them to leave? Just act stupid." I'm sitting there watching them. Didn't leave, was looking down. So yeah, there was a big ass raid or bust at the end of the road here. Like, usually they don't, they're not that, prevalent. They're not that aggressive usually. Well, yeah, anyways, whatever. So that happened yesterday at 5 a.m. So I'm happy it wasn't agents watching me, which why the hell would they? It's like, oh, Bruce filmed something on the moon. Let's park in front of his house now. Like the Men in Black, people asked me if they came and saw me. Sure. They don't have black shirts on. I wear black shirts, basically. Leia, thank you so much. If you guys want to support the channel in a very big way, a small amount, Patreon is the place where you can go to check out the link. I don't trust Corbell. Yeah, I got some doubts about him too. Well, without actually saying that he's not a good guy, like, I don't know. Just that it's always a filmographer that has dibs on speaking about UFOs, right? Linda Moulton Howe, filmographer, film producer, has rights to talk about things, Bob Lazar talked about nuclear physicists, okay, of all people, of all types of fields, talking about it. Was not a filmographer though, but still mostly filmmagraphers. Jeremy Corbell, filmographer. Always the filmmagraphers that get dibs on talking about space for some reason. Somebody was asked to film on a secret project of NASA or a part the Stanley Kubrick, film producer. So all the film producers come out and talk about the bloody UFOs, right? That's often what happens. We see it all the time. Jason Berezny in the house. Cowbell's Grifter. I'll be checking. Oh, Corbell. Okay, I thought you were warning me. Careful, Bruce. Cowbell channel. Here's a grifter. Okay. Yeah, it could be. Corbell kind of seems like an opportunist. Kind of seems like it too, without judging him. For me, on my end, I understand. I sort of feel it too. But who knows exactly? I think a few of those guys are plants. I really do too. And when I started interacting, Jason, with a couple of channels, big channels here, like, I mean, think of it. I was lucky, Third Phase of Moon reached me, came to my live stream and asked me to do a collaboration with him. But, he's probably a busy person, the cousin brothers or whatever. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do so. I would have loved to. Somebody came by just a couple of days ago and said that they made a video about me and talked about me. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case. I went to see. I got nothing against the channels, but it would have helped my channel. If Third Phase mentions me once, I explode. Tyler from Secure Team also played the same game with me twice, and once on April Fools, where I sent him a whole bunch of information. And then he made a live stream saying that Bruce has weird research, and I think he's filming spots in the screen. But that, whether it was deliberately to disrupt the channel, it definitely did, but it didn't destroy it, right? Because anybody can literally say anything about anyone. But the proof, we see a lot of people saying Bruce is a piece of shit, and Bruce is this and that. He's a pedo. He's this, but there's no proof of what I'm doing, or no one's grabbing my research saying, look, this is impossible, where Bruce is showing because of this. So most people just say, well, Bruce has a 14-inch telescope. You can't get that close onto the moon. So what I did is I showed you Eratosthenes with the clouds coming out of it, or methane, whatever it may be, clouds, natural or just swamp gas, like Oliver Klein mentioned, right? Maybe, well, what I say, if you say there's swamp gas on the moon, well, that would mean that there's swamps on the moon. So could possibly be. You have no, I feel your energy, New York, Lopez, Cuba, and I have my Floridian friend, and I am beyond serious. I get the energy, the vibes from people that help me want to keep on going with the channel and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, New York, we are such a small group of people that not that know about what's on the moon, but that come here to the channel to be able to see it. So when you guys and gals come back, so many times I heard you mention this, that you're honored to be here and that you want people to share and stuff. I mean, Darla, Julie, and a bunch of mods here, William Shuttles, Leah, I can't, Christy Lindsay, Lisa Eckerly, all you people speak up, and I see you, every one of you do. And there's lots that I didn't name here. Elias, I know everybody does, and it really does help. It really does help the channel. Jason Berezny, split a gallon of vinegar all over me for a shower. Think you gotten for water and soap. Oh my goodness, poor you. You're gonna smell vinegary. Gonna put some salt on Lisa. Throw in a bowl of chips. Daz in the house. Thank you so much, Daz. Nice to see you, brother. There you go. I am Kai said it. I knew he'd say it. Pickled Lisa. uh no and yes. Yeah. I wouldn't use Yahoo or Bing. I mean, I'm stuck using it when, for whatever the reason that they open the page, but see, I use Google. They're corrupt and stuff. It depends on what you want to look for, right? Some people say go to GoDaddy or whatever, but in reality, when have you noticed when you're looking up on Google now, when you want to find out about Pfizer or the pandemic or anything, you're not getting the information. It's been scrubbed. The Google has been internet, and Google has been scrubbed by a lot of things. And now you can ask something weird like, do men get pregnant? Somebody showed me the other day. I was blown away. You ask Google, can men get pregnant? And they say yes. Any, absolutely any being, a gender, can get pregnant and stuff like that. So they're integrating certain things. Let's just say certain things that were not usually spoken about before. Now that they seem to be doing it. Amber Mo Weber. I don't know him, Ron. Don't know him enough. Rings a bell. Lebramo Weber. Maybe I would know him in French. Nope, that does it rings more than that. There's no other way. You have to use Chrome if you want to be able to live stream or be able to use a camera. It's a control. If I didn't have a Chrome, I wouldn't be able to stream to receive chat messages or super chats and stuff like that. That's why everyone resorts to the Chrome. You have no choice but to transfer over to it depending on which platform you're on. But I would suggest, like Lisa says, if you don't need it, I wouldn't use it. Honestly, wouldn't use it. But none of them are safe, Lisa. They're all watching us. This is what's going on. Thank you, Leah. If you guys want to send me any mail, that is the place to do it. I live in the 341 box, and you can come knock there, and that's where I am. Bruce, I had my compass go crazy one day. I was so pissed. I was around water. Yeah, that's something too. Yes, exactly. And another thing, it's on a boat. There's something on a boat compass when you're in water that does something where it becomes demagnetized and it offsets the northern point. Oh yeah, that's true. Absolutely. She probably even knows more than me. She's the one that's always talked to me about the vitamins and stuff and things I should take. And I mean, the woman drinks bone broth, and she knows about turmeric powder and everything. Cleansing, diatomaceous, and everything. I learned all that from her. Yep, that's what they're doing. The real stories are never told. No, and it's true. And the MK programming exists at controlling the minds of most of the people as hiredness. That's exactly what's happening. And people don't believe it. And it's for real. There's no bull crap. They're really doing this. So when you integrate the fact that they're manipulating frequencies and the 5G now, so you go, ooh, could that all be intertwined together? I actually got a strike talking about something similar to that the other day. I thank you so much, Leah. Yeah, you guys want a base on your wall, a converted image of sinus iridum, the promontorium D at the bottom left side of the apple bite. I have it there. You can even get it as cheap as in a poster. And if not, well, you can go see the Pictorem website. Every video except for the streams has the Pictorem website all the time. I have the fundraiser link all the time on all the videos too. So you don't have to look for them. Aliens are mining on the moon. I believe it 100,000% they're mining there. I believe they're doing a lot of different things up there on the moon. Please hit that like button. Already 2:55. You've endured me till 3:00. You guys are nuts. I'll be back on at 8:00 Eastern time for another 2 hours for us to talk about a whole bunch of other things. I mean, this was absolutely incredible, you guys, for the incredible support. I mean, I can't thank you enough. It really is. That's listen, speaking of the Great Reset going to happen real soon, I'm going to get off. I am starved. I have to go to the grocery store. The Great Reset going to happen real soon. You have Alex Jones' book, The Great Reset. If you haven't seen it yet, guys, take the time to buy it. You can even buy it signed. Alex Jones and The Great Reset. Do you know Brewer, the comedian? Okay. Why did I forget his first name? This is weird. That is weird. I have a brain freeze. The reason why I have a brain freeze is because I saw the Divine Sorcerer. Don't forget the like. I love you, bro. Thank you so much. And subscribe for all your hard work. Divine Sorcerer, thank you, man. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. Paranormal researcher, a real one in the house, guys. Makes video about paranormal research and posts them online for free on this channel. Please take the time to check them out. Want to see the moon and sun this week? Peter Benton. He's getting it, and I'm not. We really are, each and every one of us, going to experience something ever ever so huge. I believe that. Nilka Lopez, Cuba, thanks again, all of you, for the generous contributions, for being here. I'm going to be back on tonight, and we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of other things. It is great help, Nilka. I'm telling you guys, just being here. Post office to weigh it, to find out. Got a rough estimate, and it's quite a bit. If you're talking about me, I don't want you to send anything without having me send that money. If ever there was something that you wanted to send, Peter, the post, you tell me. I told Lisa before. I told a bunch of people. Lisa said, "Nah, stop it." But seriously, if things are really expensive, don't pay that out of your pocket. Even if it's $100, let me know. I'll save the money. You give me an address, doesn't have to be your house, and I promise I will send it directly to you. I think he's sending me a sarcophagus. It could be quite a bit. Wouldn't that be awesome? I've heard of them too. Yep. Divine Sorcerer, thanks again. Mixed Mayhem question: do you ever watch and listen to Greg Braden? He speaks a lot of truth and sense. No, but some people will be able to check him out. Greg Braden, I have not seen, I haven't heard Mixed Mayhem of Greg Braden, but you guys can check him out though. Maria says, when using the virtual compass 216, 217, there were some scary movements appearing. Wow. Me and my ex felt dizziness and pressure, so we used to check it wobble for sure. Yeah, it's what I'm worried about also for a lot of people, maybe falling sick because of that. I think there's a lot to that, actually. Greetings from England, Bruce, and all in the chat tonight. We have some scattered clouds. Thanks for the updates. Always appreciate that. Here, scattered clouds here, he says, but I'm hoping they might clear so I can set up my telescope and try to see the green comet 2022 E3. That's right. See 2022 E3 ZTF. Longest name of an asteroid I've ever heard of. Comet. Sorry, it lost its tail. Its tail. What the hell's wrong with me? It lost its tail going by the sun or some type of optical illusion. It was very bright. It's not going to be as bright as Neowise, so we're going to have to keep our eyes open for it. At one point, it's going to be close to Mars, so it'll be a good marker for people to be able to see. Guys, I'm looking forward to come back on and to stream with you all later for 8 o'clock. Wow, that is crazy. It's sad that it costs so much money. 109 is good. We'll take it. Mama Bear, hey, everybody, thank you so much. Yeah, it's crazy, His Highness. We're waiting for some too. I'll see you all very soon after stream. I'm going to become a member on the Patreon just in case. Hey, bro, thank you so much, Peter Benton. 1 hour later. I'm so sorry, bro. Answering everybody so late. Leia, I appreciate that. That's a badge of honor, Bruce. The truth is suppressed. You're right about that, Maria. Absolutely right. Mark says weather making combining ultrasonic wave. Yeah. Forms to agitate at 120-degree beam with offset at 2.445 gigahertz. Another thing that's going to kill us is those gigahertz, different sounds and frequency. This is what their new weapons are. That's exactly what they're trying to do. It's, frequency wars. It's exactly what's happening. There's info wars, now there's frequency wars. Thank you so much, Nirka, and everyone. Minky, Pinky, bonjour à toi. Merci beaucoup. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, you guys. Way to go, 116. I'll take it. That's very greatly appreciated. And we're limited, of course, under 100 people viewing at the same time. But I got to thank you all for taking the time to stop by. Thanks so much, Roy. Sorry, guys, for not answering everybody. Len Peterson, thanks for being here. I feel that the flip will be in the next solar maximum. You could be very right about that, and that we're pressed on the edge. And that would mean, my gosh, we're going to be another 11 years, even though a sun cycle's 22 years. Check that out. 11 years or 22 years until it flips again. And it could even be the next one and the next one. That's scary. It could happen. It could not happen. So in reality, we don't know. Elias, thank you so much, man. Divine. Merci, Alias. There was a lady yesterday who spoke about Chinese troops based in Ontario. Hope she comes to visit. Yes, and that would be Petawa. That's where the action is, apparently. Suzanne, hello to you before I get off. S, thanks again. Thank you. It was President Nixon. Yes. So I was right. It was Nixon. Did I say Nixon? Not sure if I did or not. But at that moment, yeah, Nixon, they like their whiskey, cigar. Jackie Gleason invites them over. They had those, passes. Actors still do. Sits down and has a drink like Elvis Presley did with Clinton in the year 20 something. But anyways, images are there. And he gets shown a UFO, and then he gets shown space people, and apparently it screwed him up. Divine Sorcerer says many of the presidents have had alien contact. I believe it. Yes. Look at the Eisenhower. There's lots of them, and especially the ones that when they were supposed to, they started a committee, MK Majestic 12, to go get a crashed UFO and bring it back. And you got the Pentagon, Navy, and everyone's saying, no, it's not true. It never happened. His daughter came out when that president that was supposed to, that had supposedly formed Majestic 12. And she's talking about stargates and a whole bunch of things, 13 gates all around. And I mean, how do they know this stuff? It's because I think some of it is actually really happening. So for sure. Thank you, His Highness. And it's really just that. But yes, the grapevine intel. You hear things that are not necessarily confirmed, but told by people that usually confirm things, right? So I thank you all very much. Please, and thanks for the generous contributions. Everybody, it helps so much with the channel. The hard hit this month, especially. You can tell on Social Blade. You want to find out what somebody gets paid on YouTube? You can see everyone's salary by going to Social Blade. It's not necessarily a good thing, but for me it is, because it's not a joke. You'll see the views jump down from 100,000 and 85, and right down to 40,000. Of course, while I was stopped for 2 weeks. And so thanks for the amazing help, the views, and enjoying and appreciating the videos. Dave's not here, man, bro. Hello to you, moderators and community. And I thank you all, guys, so much. I'll talk to you all in a couple of hours. What time is it now? 3. In 5 hours, I'll be back on. We'll talk for another 2 hours about some interesting things. And I hope all of you will join the conversation. Thanks for helping so much with the channel, guys and gals, and keeping it up. Go to the videos if you haven't seen my recent video. There's some good explanations about some secrets on the moon. And thanks for sharing it. Talk to you all very soon. Love you guys. Thank you.